Lou Gehrig was the first baseman for the New York Yankees from 1920 to 1939. On June 19, 1939, Lou Gehrig turned 36 years old. On that same day, he was diagnosed with the fatal disease, ALS, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, later known as the Lou Gehrig's disease. Less than a month after Lou was diagnosed with ALS, he delivered a heart-wrenching and powerful speech on July 4, 1939, at the New York Yankee Stadium. The speech only lasted 2 minutes, but during those powerful 2 minutes, he reflected not only on his thoughts about leaving baseball due to his deadly disease, but he also reflected on the thoughts and feelings of his fans of the game baseball. The famous speech is known as Lou Gehrig's Farewell to Baseball speech. Gehrig started his speech out by stating,
"Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth."
Throughout the speech, Lou gives evidence on why he considered himself the luckiest man on the earth. He uses a variety of rhetorical devices to persuade his audience that he was happy with his life and to focus on the positive, not the negatives. To demonstrate how Lou Gehrig uses rhetorical devices throughout his speech, he used an anaphora to say, "When you." He used the phrases to show what he loves most and what is closest to his heart. Lou Gehrig said, "When you have a wonderful mother-in-law who takes sides with you and squabbles with her own daughter, that's something. When you have a father and mother who worked all their lives so you can have an education and build your body, it's a blessing. When you have a wife who has been a tower of strength and shown more courage than you dreamed existed, that's the finest I know." He is trying to tell everybody that his family was there for him through everything and would still be there for him. Additionally, Gehrig effectively used ethos throughout his speech, which makes him credible. He was credible because he was a well-known leader for the sport of baseball. He had to make his speech professional and serious, but he also wanted it to be unique and memorable, not like every other baseball speech. He wanted to be remembered by his fans, which is why his first word in his speech was fans. This made him a credible player because he addressed the speech to his fans, not himself. He made it out to his fans because they were always there for him and always supported him. Gehrig also said, "I have been in the ballpark for 17 years. He spent 17 years of his life playing the game he absolutely loved, and it was suddenly taken away from him due to ALS. He has been in the game longer than most of the players, and he knew what he was doing and talking about." Lou Gehrig did not make his audience feel sorry for him that he had to leave the game he loved. Instead, he made it known that he was content and loved and supported by everybody around him. His choice of language was used to make everybody listening emotional. There were multiple ways how he produced an emotional appeal. One way he produced an emotional appeal was when he started his speech and stated that he had ALS, forcing him to retire and end his baseball career. Another way was when he said all of his teammates' names and how it was such an honor to play with them. Last of all, he talked about his family and how they helped him through the difficult times. This made me feel sad because he had to give up his career that he enjoyed and loved playing. Most importantly, he always thought about the positive, not the negative, about retiring from the sport. Lou Gehrig's Farewell to Baseball speech tried to persuade listeners to have hope through the darkest times by using rhetorical devices, to look at the positive times and the positive things in life, not the negatives. He ends his speech by stating,
"That I might have been given a bad break, but I've got an awful lot to live for. Thank you."
He made it known that he is content with his life, and although he was diagnosed with a fatal disease and given just a few years to live, he never gave up. He continued to live his life to the fullest. Although his life was cut short at the age of 37, his legacy will continue to live on forever.